letting passion lead you, especially in YouTube. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you've been here before, welcome back. If you are new here, my name is Stephanie. This channel is all about healing, raising myself as I'm raising my daughter. But this particular video is for those of you who need a sign to start your YouTube today. This is it. This is the sign. Okay, so if you've been here since the beginning, you guys know that I have been at this since last year, but let's say I've just been super consistent only for the last about 5 months. And by being consistent for just 5 months, I've seen tremendous growth on my channel, specifically with the amount of supporters I've been able to gain. So I wanted to make a quick video for you guys. By no means am I an expert at anything. I just wanted to give my girls who are starting out just like me, who have yet to upload anything, who've been thinking about it but haven't taken that first step yet. I wanted to give you guys some tips, some tricks, mostly tips though, on how to get to your first 1,000 subscribers and also what to expect when you start a YouTube. So if you're interested in that, stick around. Okay guys, so we're just gonna get right into it. A little bit background about me. I started my YouTube last year, like late last year, like in the summer, and I literally had no help from anyone. I did not have a camera or anything like that. I just felt like I wanted to start a YouTube so that I could share my journey. I was going through so much, like things were just like, my world is just turned upside down. Nothing was going as I'd planned it. I didn't feel like I really had anyone that I could speak to that would really understand what was going on. And I was like, let me tell the world. I just wanted to start something where I can journal and really document my growth. I was determined to see where I had been and where I am going and have it logged somewhere. So that was the reason why I started my YouTube. At the beginning, of course, I wasn't really sure what I was doing. I wasn't really sure what was best. And like I said, so much was going on for me that I wasn't really able to be consistent on here as I wanted to. And I also didn't know what direction I wanted to take the YouTube. So it kind of like fizzled out just a little bit. But now I am a full-time content creator. So that's a little bit of background about me and then why I'm inspired to talk to you guys today and give you guys some tips on how to get to your first 1K followers and then also what to expect when you're a YouTuber, especially a new YouTuber. So let's give it a go. So first things first, it's what everyone always asks. If I get like Instagram messages or even emails from my email, which is down in the description box, ask me anything guys, I'm always ready to answer. I'll either answer here or of course I'll let you know that I'm gonna answer here, or I'll just answer you directly. DM me on IG or email me, I got you. So the first set of questions that I always get is, what do I need to start? That's it. My first couple of YouTube videos were literally filmed on my phone and I was giving them edits. What I did was do the research. And by research, I mean I just sat there and watched other people's YouTubes. I watched how they were doing their cuts, how they were doing their filming. And of course, I wasn't giving you like, the best directional footage at first, but great lighting and a cell phone is all you need. Do not jump into investing $1 million into equipment when you're not yet sure this is what you want to do. So a cell phone or whatever camera you may be able to borrow from someone is all you need to start a YouTube. The next pieces of equipment that you do need to have a YouTube would be an external hard drive. Because one thing about it, my computer, I use a MacBook, my computer wasn't able to hold all those files, and depending on what editor you use, most MacBooks already come with iMovie, but I don't use iMovie, and so if you have to download anything extra, especially just the files from your phone might not be able to hold it, the computer might not be able to hold it, an external hard drive will really help you, and I'll link the one that I use down below. Next, you are going to need editing software. Like I said, most MacBooks, most Apple, whatever, like your phone comes with it, it's called iMovie. It's very simple, very basic. It's like the crowd favorite, I would say, especially if you're just starting out learning how to edit. iMovie is your go-to. Again, I use Final Cut Pro. It's a little bit more costly, but I wouldn't jump into getting Final Cut Pro right away because they do the basics, like the same things. And again, I don't want you to invest the money in something that you are not sure that you are going to take for the long haul. So do not let anyone shame you into like paying for something way too early in your journey. iMovie is beautiful. It does just fine, and there are a lot of other extra downloads that you can add to iMovie to make it just as comparable to whatever else somebody else is using. Okay, next. What camera are you using? So for me right now, I'm using the Canon G7X Mark II. The thing with the Mark II is that it's actually not as advertised. So when I was doing my research, seeing what other people were using, this camera kept coming up over and over and over again as like the vlogger camera. As I got a little bit more, you know, needing to do different things with my camera, and specifically things like even getting a microphone, I'm realizing that this camera is a point and shoot camera. Yes, it does very well with just the basics, like I said, sit down videos and just regular vlogging. But when you want to get into doing a little bit more professional things, that you really do see where the Canon G7X Mark II is limited. So I would suggest starting, if you are ready to get a camera, to start with the G7X Mark III. And again, any other camera that you might have heard of, I suggest you do the research first. YouTube University, see what the other people are saying about it. Make sure they're not like paid to talk about the cameras, and that they're giving honest reviews on which cameras that they use. But again, don't jump there unless you are ready, because these cameras are pricey. I think I got mine in like a kit, like a vlogger kit, and the whole kit itself came with the camera. It came with like a smaller like handheld tripod, a memory card, and I think that was it, and they cost me almost $800. I think about $800. So again, hold your horses. Okay, next, so we're gonna jump into some editing tips that I have for you guys that I have learned along the way. Sometimes I've learned it the hard way. Again, sometimes I just had to do the research, and then luckily sometimes somebody else has just jumped in and been able to help me out. So I'm here to help you out with what I now know. So editing tips. First things first, it can take forever to edit. That's usually the make or break on whether you want to do this or not. It's fun filming. It's super cute getting like, you know, every part of your day, and you know, I'm vlogging what I'm eating and I'm talking to my friends and blah, 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 until you sit down at your computer and you literally have to take 3 hours of footage down to 30 minutes or even 45 minutes. It's tedious as hell, especially if you have other things to do. So keep that in mind. Always. It is very time consuming to edit. I feel like even the best editors, like it's gonna take some time, like for you to get down to being, you know, to having like a science of how to edit. One thing you can bet on while you're editing, your footage is gonna delete itself. Your computer is gonna stop working for absolutely no reason. Your hard drive is gonna be like, what are you talking about? Your memory card will revolt against you. Something is bound to happen at least 3 times a month, minimum 3 times a month, y'all. So always just take a moment, cry if you need to, but there is always a fix to something. And sometimes the footage may be lost, but like I said, your crowd, your audience, they will understand. Be honest with people, and then also don't ever like feel like you can't ask for help. Research it. If you research it and you don't understand what's going on, you can't find that answer, ask for help. Someone else has definitely gone through this issue and they are willing, I bet, to help you out. I wanted to add also that some people hire editors. Again, I think that's something, you know, way down the line when you have possibly a lot of engagements that you need to get to, and you have maybe too many engagements on that platform specifically. But I know that could be a little bit pricey, people like outsourcing an editor for them. I would suggest that you still though learn how to edit your videos yourself. You always just want to be knowledgeable in what it is that you're doing. So one, someone's not overcharging you for something because you're knowledgeable on how long something can actually take, especially if this is this person's job. And two, you always just want to know a little bit about what's going on, right? You don't want to take your hard work, your hard like earned footage, and then you hand it over to someone and you have no idea how to recover. You have no idea if you're asking them to fix certain things. Like, you need to know what you're asking the person to do as well. So that's a tip there too. All right, next. So this question might be something that every new YouTuber really gets stuck on, and it's, where do you find your music? So on YouTube, or you can get music on SoundCloud. So the trick there is to always type in reworked. So you type in Rihanna reworked, or you can type in SZA reworked. Whatever person you're looking for, whatever artist you're looking for, try to type after that artist reworked. So what'll come up is non-copyrighted music. If you didn't know, you can't use regular music that we listen to on our Spotify or Apple Music or whatever on YouTube, because it will get pulled because of copyright laws. So the other thing you can do besides SoundCloud is go onto YouTube itself, and many people have created a lot of music streams, playlist streams that you can use on your video. So you would just type in non-copyright music, and a lot of people's things will come right up. Now, the tip for that tip is to make sure to test the music. You could do that in two different ways. First, read the comments. Sometimes people will come back to those playlists and tell you specifically which parts of these playlists are copyrighted, so don't use it. And then if that's not really working, if you don't really trust that, or you don't want to read through the comments, I would say download the song, you upload it back to YouTube, just like with a different, mock video that you're making, and then wait to see if YouTube flags it. So YouTube will let you know if there's a copyright claim found. So then you know you don't want to use this song, because obviously your vlog is going to be flagged for a copyright. All right, so we're moving on to filming tips. First huge tip is to really make sure that your lighting is correct. So think of you as your audience, you know what I mean? So every time you get to film, every time you're looking at yourself, think to yourself, like, is this something I would watch? Does this look like this person cared enough to make it look appealing? People love things that are aesthetically pleasing. You do, I do, everyone does. So be sure that you're using either natural light or artificial lighting, as I'm using right now, just to really make sure that you're really standing out and then your film looks somewhat polished. So it's really important, good lighting. Next to good lighting is that you want to make sure you have good sound quality. Again, would you listen to something for 20 minutes, 10 minutes, or even 5 minutes long if it was just muffled sounds, or like just you could barely hear it? No, you would not. So be attentive to those things, lighting and audio. The next thing I want to talk about with filming are actually your thumbnails. Thumbnails are those little pictures that you put over your YouTube. So it's how you found this, right? Because the thumbnail talked about something you wanted to learn about and you clicked it. So your thumbnail is that important. It's important because of that. It's what draws people to your channel. It's what draws people to your videos. It is your marketing tool. So you want to make sure that you have high quality thumbnails. And what I mean by high quality, you want to make sure they're not blurry. You want to make sure they're clear and what the purpose is. So if you have kind of like a white background aesthetic, try to keep that consistent. If you are someone who's into more fashions, things like that, make your thumbnail relate to that. So you want to make sure that people can tell what they're about to get from your thumbnail, whether that be the text, whether that be the lighting that you use, whether that be the fonts that you're using. Just be sure that it is clear to the audience what this thumbnail is advertising. So an app or a website that you guys can use to make your thumbnails is Canva. Canva is literally the holy grail for content designers. The free version already has so many really cool things that you guys can use in order to make thumbnails. But if you do choose at a later point to upgrade to the professional Canva, that just has also just some extra really great tools to use, such as background remover. And I think that's about $12 a month. So it's not a huge investment, but again, you want to first make sure that you're actually going to be using all the tools that Canva has to offer before you basically are adding another Hulu subscription to your budget. Staying in the uploading category, the next thing we're going to talk about is your titles. So I've been guilty of this myself. Sometimes I'm not sure how to word my titles. I tend to want to just type what I was doing in the video, but you need to make sure that your titles are SEO compatible or SEO searchable. Think about it in terms of a day in my life versus how I organize X. Right? Most people are going to be searching for the second one, how I organize whatever. People get on YouTube to search things that are specific to them, unless you already have a huge platform, so people aren't really out searching for you. You're already in their face. But once you want to get discovered by new people, or again, you're new to YouTube, you want to make sure that your titles are something that people are actually searching for. Little secret, no one really cares about you. They care about the method or something that they're about to learn from watching your YouTubes. You're the extra, right? You're the cherry on top. Your personality is the cherry on top. But at the beginning, you want to draw people to your content. And so make those titles searchable. Next, promotion. You are your biggest promoter. One thing I suggest is to use your other platforms to help draw attention to your YouTube. One thing about YouTube, they are very different from Instagram. They're very different from Twitter and TikTok. Once you upload your media, once you upload your video, whatever it may be, you don't automatically just get followers. You don't automatically just get views. It's actually very, very hard to get noticed by the YouTube algorithm. And because it is such a chance, you must make sure that you, again, are your own promoter. Whenever you post a video, get on Instagram with it. If you want to promo this video, get on Instagram and make a reel. Put it on your stories, put it on your feed, then get on Twitter and put it on there. Put a clickable link. You need to be talking your video up. The more confident you are about your video, the more people want to click. Like, okay, what does this person have to say? Like, you know, I'm seeing this everywhere else. Give people no choice but to click on that video because they've seen the link everywhere else. Another tip about promotion, the best promoters besides you are the people who already support you. I see people making this mistake a lot, and it's that they ignore the people who consistently show up for them. Maybe it's because they think like, oh, I want more people behind me. But guys, 30 subscribers is 30 people in a room. Think about it that way, caring about what you're saying. So it would be pretty rude to just look over those 30 people and wish you had more, or wish you had different people, or wish you had other people. Interact with the people who interact with you, because baby, they will absolutely promo your videos better than you promote them. And that's networking. And then the last tip with uploading is paying attention to the best upload times. I'm a little skeptical about upload times, but do your research, and that's definitely Googleable. Ask Google which times are best to post on whatever day. The general rule of thumb is that 5 o'clock on any day is a good time to post, but again, some people have done some research and it's been put on the internet. There are specific times for specific days on when is best to upload. So do that Google, and then make sure you just have that timeline written down for yourself, and then just test it out. So actually, one more tip for uploading. Consistency, consistency, consistency. The algorithm is hard to bust. So I suggest that you are posting no less than 2 times a week. If you're not uploading constantly, the algorithm will not only not pick you up, but it will forget about you quickly. So the name of the game on YouTube is to stay ready, because you never know which one of your videos is going to be picked up. And when that video is picked up, the other videos that you've uploaded will tend to immediately grow in numbers as well, because people want to see, oh, I love this video, so what else do they have, right? So the name of the game is to stay ready. And to get that algorithm to notice you, you need to be filming and uploading at least 2 videos per week. If you want to do 3, that's awesome, but get your plan together. Get a calendar, get an e-planner, however you like to write things down. Plan your videos out ahead of time. Plan your filming schedules out ahead of time. I like to stay about 2 weeks behind. So what you see here, I've already filmed 2 weeks ago. So that way I don't really feel stressed about like, oh my God, I have something to upload this week. I need to film it now. I need to also edit it tonight. I'm not gonna get any sleep. I don't do well with any of that. I have a daughter I'm chasing behind, so I definitely make sure to schedule my planning out specifically for filming, and then what I'm going to post. So make sure you get on top of that as well. Okay, so we're moving into the last section, and that's what to expect your first 6 months of YouTube. First things first, guys, this is a little bit of a hard truth. People are not gonna watch your full video. Yeah. So you worked like 3 hours on editing a video, you posted it, you check back in an hour, and it only has like 6 views. Not only that, but you check your watch time hours and it's like only about average 3 minutes of a 30-minute video is being watched. People have ADD. The way we interact with our phones these days is very different. People are not watching full-on videos, not even your friends. So the trick to getting around that is 2 things. Have longer videos or just upload more videos. So that goes back into me telling you guys to make sure you're posting no less than 2 videos per week. That also helps you again with your watch hours. The next thing is, again, just some more real talk, me to you. This is a lot of work. YouTube seems fun on the other side, and you know, you're seeing how other people are living, and it gets so easy to like compare yourself to someone's in the game for 7-10 years to you're in the game for just 3 to 6 months. Take your time. Focus on your lane, because there is a lot of work that you're about to put into this for very little to no tangible reward. So you want to make sure, again, to just have a vision, know where you want to take this, know where you want to go with it, and know that you're going to get there. And the name of the game, again, is consistency and to stay ready. Something I really wanted to discuss is that I see a lot of people start YouTube and then upload a video maybe like 3 months later, 4 months later, saying they don't want to do this anymore, it's just not their passion, or they were super passionate about this and now they're no longer passionate about it, so like they're letting it fizzle out, or this isn't for them anymore. Stop letting passion lead you, especially in YouTube. Of course, there's nothing wrong with being passionate about something, but passion fizzles out. So there's passion versus purpose. If you lead with purpose, you'll understand that yes, while you are putting in a lot of work, while this is time consuming, people that you are connecting to or people that are connected to you are receiving a gift by you simply existing. When you lead with understanding that, it's much harder for you to quit YouTube. It doesn't matter if you have vlogs about fashion, it doesn't matter if you have vlogs about healing, or it doesn't matter if you have vlogs simply about your weight journey. Someone is going to relate to it. Someone needs to hear what it is that you have to say, your perspective, how you present it, how you feel about the clothes on your body, because guess what? They feel that way, and they may not have the vocabulary to express that. They may not have the gall to express it the way you do, and they may not have the bravery just yet, but because you're doing it, they'll then feel that they can do it. They can go out and live a little bit more bravely or live a bit more creatively, and that's because of you. So you have to think about it in that way, because again, if you lead with passion, I have a new passion every week. It fizzles out. So again, lead with purpose, never passion, especially when we're thinking about YouTube and the long haul game that it is. Okay, so next thing about what to expect, yet another hard hitter. Your friends will not always be your biggest supporters. Not only that, but you will most likely not be able to lean on them for your content creation woes. Probably never. You have to keep the buckets separate. Your friends may not be your biggest supporters, but I urge you to remember the times that they have shown up for you. Because there will be those times where you're feeling like, oh, I uploaded this video, it's barely getting any like promotion, it's barely getting any views, and you're like, why isn't so-and-so like promoting this? Why haven't they posted? Why haven't they done this? They are people at the end of the day, and what interests you doesn't always interest them. Friend or not, people show up differently. Honor the ways in that they do show up, and don't judge them on the ways that they aren't able to show up for you. Especially because what you do is very specific, and not everyone understands that. So that leads me to my next point. You are going to have content woes, content creator woes, and a lot of the times only other content creators will understand you. So leaning on someone who may be your great friend when it comes to literally anything else, you might feel that you're not supported in this sector. Try not to be too hard on your friend. They literally don't know what you're talking about. So be open to meeting people who are also other content creators, and then try to compartmentalize who you speak to about what, because you need support. So go to who can support you. And lastly, this is your sign to just start. Just start it. Stop this video right now and then just go film something and start. Everything you need to start, you already have. And lastly, again, this is your sign to just start. You'll never know where you'll end up if you don't start now. If you're watching this on a phone, you already have the equipment that you need to have a successful YouTube, okay? Get a tripod, get someone to hold your phone for you, go outside and just record what you're doing. Or better yet, stay inside and record something that you've been wanting to say, something on your heart. Someone needs to hear it. Someone would love to see it, and you are helping someone else by starting your YouTube. So don't delay any further. You can go ahead and shut this off after you like this video and subscribe if you aren't already subscribed, but start. And the last tip I'm gonna give you guys is the beauty of starting is that you are free to fail upwards. No one is watching your YouTube right away, or it's very rare that you get picked up right away by the algorithm. So this means that you're free to reinvent yourself as many times as you need to. Whatever your first 2 video aesthetics were may not be the aesthetics that you want to continue with, and that's fine. No one's really gonna notice right away. So fail up, fail into success, go and start your dream YouTube channel today. Alright guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for watching this video. If you loved it, make sure to let me know by hitting that like button. If you aren't already subscribed, make sure to do so. Lastly, leave any comments for any question that you guys have below. I will absolutely get back to you. If you have a question that's a bit more involved, feel free to email me. My email is always in the description box. And if you aren't already, go ahead and follow me on Instagram. I also post a lot of different content there, and I can also help with Instagram questions if you have any. But in the meantime, thank you guys again for watching, and see you next time.